Living in a dark world, how they gonna know if we don't put His glory on display and let it show? So let there be light, let there be light, let there be light, let there be light.
Hello there. In Cape Town, where I live, over 3,000 ships have crashed on the rocks and sunk in the ocean around our shore. And so to stop that happening, they've built lighthouses all the way around the coast. You might have seen one of the lighthouses in the music video we did for My Lighthouse. Today, I'm going to help you learn how to draw a lighthouse, and we're going to do that right here. First of all, you want your page this way around. We call this landscape. And the first thing we're going to draw is we're going to draw some waves. So these look like little smiles on the page. We're drawing all those smiles together. It's going to be a happy sea today. We're not going to have any storms around our lighthouse today. Next, we need to do the rocky coastline. And this is where we want to... we don't want any of our boats sailing into these rocks. They're kind of sharp and they're jagged. You can draw lots of straight lines here instead of the curves that we did with the water. And these straight lines make our rocks very sharp and dangerous. Now the lighthouse needs a good foundation. Even though it's built on the rock, it still needs a good solid foundation. And so we're going to draw just the top half of a rectangle there. On top of that, we're going to do a trapezium, but with slightly curvy edges. On that, we do another rectangle. And then above the rectangle, we leave a small space and we do a D shape, like on a football field. Then we join those two together with straight lines and put a circle in the middle. That's going to be our big reflector for where the light actually comes out of the lighthouse. The palm tree looks like a stack of yogurt pots, all one on top of the other. And then the leaves of the palm, they look a little bit like broken umbrellas. We kind of do these curvy spikes and then a big curve over the back of it there. And then curvy spikes again and a big curve over the back. And then the last leaf, we actually can't see its spikes. We're just going to see its curvy back there behind. Last detail I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some very faint little lines to help me when I have to do the colouring in for these big red diagonal stripes. They're going to decorate all across this lighthouse. Big red and white stripes so that the ships, even if it's in the daytime, can still see the lighthouse, even if the light is not shining. And one of the things you'll see at the coast here, just like you do down in Worthing or Littlehampton, is the seagulls. They're everywhere. So let's throw some little seagulls in there. Excellent. You've done great. Now we've drawn a lighthouse, we're going to colour it in. And maybe you want to use some coloured pencils, or maybe you want to use coloured pens. That's up to you. Whatever you're most comfortable with. I'm going to start by doing the ocean, and I'm going to use this light blue. See, I'm not going all the way to the lines, because normally when you look at the waves, the tops of the waves are actually white, just like the colour of the paper. And then I'm going to add some darker blue underneath the light blue, just to show how deep the ocean is. The rocks on my picture, I'm going to go for sandy rocks. Sort of sandstone rocks. So this kind of yellowy brown is a pretty good colour for that. Again, I'm not going right up to the edges. I'm just throwing some colour in there to start with, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to add some pencil colour as well on top of the pens. Palm tree, I'm going to use 2 browns for this to try and show that the trunk is kind of round. I've got that light brown, and then I've also got a bit of a dark brown that I'm just going to bring in on the one side. I'm going to do something similar with these leaves. I want that bright green for the tops of the leaves where the sun's hitting on the leaves there. But then where the shadow is underneath the leaf, I want to have a bit of a darker green coming through. And so I'm going to add that there. Then we come to the lighthouse, and for this my red pen is brilliant because it's nice and bright, and I really want that strong red colour so all the ships can see the lighthouse when they're far out at sea. And so here it is. But the lighthouse is a cylinder, and so I don't want to colour all the way across the middle. I want to show that it's a cylinder, and so I'm going to leave a bit of shine in the middle, and I show that by having the colour slightly lighter in the middle spot. Okay, now we've just got a bit of yellow in there for the lighthouse, for the lamp of the lighthouse. And now you see what I'm going to do with these pencils. I'm just going to bring in some extra texture and colour using some of these pencils. You don't have to go to all this trouble if you don't want to. I'm sure your picture's looking great as it is. But I'm going to just try and add a few extra colours in just to bring some rich textures out on these rocks. So I've got this kind of a yellow, and then I've got a clay colour that I'm going to bring in as well. The clay colour is a bit more of a reddish kind of brown, and that's nice. It kind of brings some red to those rocks, and again it kind of just makes them look a bit heavier than if they were just sand. It was looking a bit like sand dunes before. Now I'm going to bring in that pencil as well on the palm tree, just fill in some of the gaps that I left when I was using the pen. It's also nice to use some green, so I can kind of blend in the two colours that I had with the pens. I can use the pencil colour to blend those in together and just tone down that really bright green a bit. It was a bit almost like a fluorescent green. I don't want it quite like that. Palm trees don't have fluorescent leaves. So I'm just bringing in these colours here just to make it a bit more like a real tree would look. So now here's the red, and you know I said I'm going to leave that shiny bit in the middle, but I don't want it to be white like the white stripes. So what I've got it coming through there. I'm using the pencil. The pencil's not as strong a red as the pen, but it still lets you see that it's kind of a cylinder shape and that it's not totally flat like if it was a square lighthouse. There we go. I'm going to add some blue to the ocean. Really try and make sure we still have those nice white tips on the waves. That's when the wind starts to whip it up a little bit, and it's not quite stormy weather yet, but you can start to see those little white tips on the waves, and then the darker blue in the deeper spots. And when you look at the ocean, sometimes there's even green in there. It's amazing all the different colours that you can see when you're looking in creation and seeing all the wonderful different things that God's done there. And this ocean we're going to have some light blue and some medium blue and some dark blue in there, and we're going to mix that all up together. There we go, it's starting to come together now. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start to fill in the sky. And if you're anything like me, that's a lot of space to fill in. You know what? I might show you a trick now. Actually, I think this only works on TV. But sometimes if you're colouring in on TV and it's getting a bit boring, then maybe the best thing to do is just click your fingers. Well, that should do it. I hope you've had as much fun as I've had. And until the next time, bon voyage. Here's what to look forward to at the rest of our online light party. At 4 PM, what happens next? With Beth. You're going to love this fun game. At 5 PM, it's science with Gemma. You're going to love these brilliant experiments. Closing out the day at 6 o'clock, it's a behind the scenes tour of J247 HQ with Dave. Thanks for joining us on our online light party. Have a brilliant day.